What's going on, guys? It's your boy Wide, keeping it tidy. Today we have some Battlefield Bad Company 2, Vietnam, and even some regular Battlefield Bad Company 2. And I know this game is completely outdated, but this game is so much fun. I can't even begin to describe how much of a great time me and my brother had playing this game. The second clip of the regular Bad Company 2 footage I muted because it was live commentary between me and him, and I just wanted to keep it just to the commentary. So apologize, there's no sound, nothing I can really do about it other than like put it down really low, and you got some just cross traffic between him and I. Regardless, in today's video, what I wanted to talk about was my expectations for the next Battlefield game. Battlefield 5 was just trailer just came out, about a month ago, and now the live footage has come out, and now everyone's streaming the alpha, and I was really disappointed with it. I know a lot of people have been raving on about how great Battlefield 5 is going to be, and of course it's glitchy because it's an alpha, there's problems here and problems there, but I don't think a lot of gamers understand that when you're playing the alpha, it's not really an alpha, it's just a older version or older model of the game, and that the real game that they're working on, they're finishing filing out, and mainly alphas and betas are for testing servers and stuff. Like most of the horrible glitches and stuff, I imagine the devs will go back over it and try to fix it, but regardless, either way, I'm getting into a tear. What I really wanted to talk about was what I wanted from Battlefield 5 and what I was so disappointed to find out that it was World War II. This right here, this is what I've always wanted, again, from a Battlefield game. Battlefield Vietnam, but not just an expansion, not just anything like that. I want a full, dedicated Battlefield Vietnam game. We have never had a fully dedicated Battlefield Vietnam game until the early 2000s when Battlefield Vietnam came out, and that had no single player. It was just a straight up multiplayer game, a couple maps, some fun guns to use, and that was about it. Like, that was probably one of the main Battlefield games that I played when I first got into Battlefield. I played a little bit of the World War II, but it really wasn't that entertaining to me. Vietnam was my bread and butter. I loved that game, and when the Bad Company 2 expansion came out, I played this non-stop hardcore for like 6 months straight. I didn't even play the regular Battlefield. Unfortunately, the servers on PC now are just completely dead. Like, I was lucky to get in this match, which had 25 out of 30 in it, and excuse me, and sometimes it had no one else. It had no one in it at all, or 10 people. Sometimes it would get full, and people kept rage quitting out and stuff. And understandably, because for these particular matches, the Americans had all the power. We couldn't fight back for shit. Or I guess depending on, from the north side of the map was always getting messed up. Oh, sorry about that. That was my World Warships updater screaming at me. But anyways, this is what I wanted. I want like this jungle craziness, but in the Battlefield style. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Vietnam games out there, and trust me, I've tried them all. I tried Unsung Vietnam. You see me on my Arma game playing the fucking Arma Vietnam mod. I get it. People want to play Vietnam, like all these games coming out for Vietnam, and I just wonder why the mainstream game market just won't get into it. Why are they so obsessed with all this World War II shit? It's blowing my mind. It's all either the future, modern, or World War II. There's no other wars. Nothing. You can't grab anything else. Like, imagine a Battlefield game in the Wild West. That would be fucking intense, and that would be so unique and different. Yeah, you have Red Dead Redemption, but that's a whole other ball game. But imagine you fighting, I guess it would be pretty offensive to some Native Americans, you as an American cavalry hunting down Cherokee. I get it, but that's a part of history. That's a part of something that's happened. You couldn't even get away. You can get away from that and do something more like in depth, But World War II was extremely offensive, you could say, to Jews because of how many died. But they're gonna play the game because it's a part of history and it shows off how horrible the Nazi regime was. So I mean, I get it. Americans don't like to be the bad guys, but in those particular stories, they're the bad guys. And Vietnam, in many ways, we were also the bad guys, and maybe that's why a lot of Americans don't want to see that side of history. I'm not sure. In particular, me personally, I am fascinated with the Vietnam War. I think there was a lot of atrocities committed, but there was also a lot of good done too. And I think that war in general was just extremely confusing and devastating for America, and it should be broadcast in the highest extent it can by a game developer who has the tools to really make something great. EA and DICE have that capability, and unfortunately, they keep reverting back to their old habits of wanting to be all inclusive and following the whole social justice movement and bullshit like that. And where they want everyone to be included. So now there's women with metal arms fighting in the game and stupid shit like that. Like, it drives me crazy. Like, you want to include women in a game? Include them in the Vietnam War, because Vietnamese women and Viet Cong women fought in that war. They did. And you could include them on that side. Keep the Americans American men. I get it. A lot of you fucking people out there are going to call me chauvinist. I don't give a shit. Women did not fight in the Vietnam War. They were nurses. They were clerks. They did everything that women in most wartime stuff before, pre-women allowed into the combat arms this last few years ago. Or last year, sorry. And that's what I want out of a Vietnam game. I just want an extremely intense single player campaign with the Vietnam multiplayer that I remember from Bad Company 2. Of course, it's not going to be the exact, but brand new mechanics and engine with that style of war. I think that game would be fantastic. It'd be a crazy clusterfuck of a battle, and like this game in general, and it would just be so much fun. So DICE, doubt you're ever going to watch this video, but if you ever did, your next game, it should be Vietnam. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and later.